so people are spreading out, keeping away from each other. Day 27. It's quite a bright day, a little bit warmer, very windy overnight, nice and snug in my tent. We've done the big early climb today, a low drifting 8 mile I think for another climb. So the target's another 15 miler, trying to get into Irwin the next couple of days. Do some laundry and food and stuff. But yeah, yesterday there was a ridge you had to go up and over. Absolutely fantastic. Very rocky, very slow. Haven't got a clue how an FKT person does it. But yeah. So again, we've been really lucky with the weather. If it stays like this all day, it'll be a phenomenal day. So let's see where we get to. This is a good representation of the sort of, not ridge walking, but contour walking that you do. Goes up slightly, it's broadly down. And sort of traverse this bit of the hill or the mountain. And then you get onto the next bit, or you might go down, across a little stream and back up again. But this is quite representative. Every now and again, get your white marker and something falling over the trail. A little bit of tunnel without too much of the green. This is where we stopped for a bit of lunch. Crossing the road. Gonna go up there eventually. Thank you, Unicoi shuttles. Gave us a chance to get rid of some rubbish. Thank you very much. Looks like the fence is missing for this style. Probably one of the biggest streams we've had for a few hundred miles. A lot of water. Wow. The laundry crew. And then it goes down this into the valley. Just before the end of today, we get this marvellous view to our left. I'll swing around. Got 3 hikers ahead of me. Quite unusual. But yeah, what a fantastic view just before this final shelter. Coming up to about 3 in the afternoon. It's really quite funny. You set yourself a target for the day. You get to sort of midday and you think, oh, we're ahead of it. Then the heat picks up and you slow down a bit and you realise that over the whole day, probably your target is the right target. wants to get out of all these hills, all the larger hills, I suppose it's a bit to Virginia, flatten out a bit. I've seen the topographical map. Yeah, you should be able to do 10-hour days, knock out some miles. But at the moment, most of the days we're doing start around 8, finish around 4, 16, 15 miles. That's probably the right sort of size of day. So a few miles from camp, and that'll be it for the day. Woo. So arrived at the sign for shelter, Hogback Ridge Shelter, down here. So just wait for my colleagues and we'll probably head off down there. You can see the blue blaze. So old school. How many miles in how many hours?
I'm not sure about the hours, but it's 34 miles was yesterday's total. And I stopped at 1:30 in the morning.
And you got up again and went?
And I left back on trail this morning at 10:45.
You're not old school. Old school, old apostrophe legend, apostrophe school. That's a lot of miles.
It sure is.